Wednesday of the Quarter Life Happy Hour. Davita Joe here. I am joined by a very special guest today. Once again, I am being joined by a complete stranger because that's always the fun in the Quarter Life Happy Hour. You get to I get to have whoever I want on the show because it's my show and not yours, and it's a beautiful thing. So joining me today, I've got the host of the Bottle Opener podcast. I've got Tay Hawker here. Probably no one who follows me knows who this guy is, but trust me, you're in for a wild ride. Taylor, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm thinking through who your followers would be, and I'm like, yeah, definitely. We don't have any crossover. So what's up, followers? I'm Tay. I guess should we address the accent now or just wait?
Yeah, I was about to say, they already love the accent as much as I'm over here crying a little bit.
Yeah, no, I say words funny. I say funny words.
You say them wonderfully. We say them funny. You are the one that is correct. We are wrong.
I think let's give the British a shout out. That we'll say the English say it properly. They kind of started the language, and then New Zealanders and Americans and Australia and everyone else, we're all the ugly stepchildren. We'll give the English the credit where credit's due.
Amazing. Yeah, when I was prepping for this episode, I was just like, because I had listened to a couple of your episodes, more specifically the one that you did with Matt, who was on my show a couple of weeks ago. And I was just like, yeah, I'm interviewing this guy and doing a podcast with him. He's from New Zealand, so he has a New Zealand accent. And everyone was just like, oh my God. I was like, I know.
Yeah, Matt's awesome. I actually was just messaging him. He's in Venice Beach at the moment.
He is, yeah. I just saw that. He was a delight to have on the show. He's incredible. I knew it was similar to when we answered the call just before. Sometimes when you meet someone like that, energies just click and you're like, this guy's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna be good. It was so funny too because I was expecting him to be so much younger, and not saying I was just pleasantly surprised by his maturity.
Yeah,
to say the least. And I was just like, I like this dude. He's cool.
For sure. Well, for anyone listening, go check out both of our podcasts with Matt Wernick, who's dating a girl in every state. And as much as I would love to be like, damn, I'm so jealous of you. There's got to be some what are we going to call them? Weaknesses, downsides, whatever. It can't be all fun and games. Because I was talking to him about how, obviously I'm a single dude. I date around and try to find the right girl. And when it's 1, 2, or 3, gets up to 3 girls, you're kind of like, this is hard to manage. It's hard to keep tabs on it. The kid's got 50 girls he's got to go and take on a date.
Not only that, I told him this too. He pulled 50 of the cutest girls I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm on the dating apps as well. And I was like, I don't even think I could do that. Because don't give me that face. It's 2021.
I need the experiences that you've had on these dating apps because
it's 2021. It's time for you to be a little bit more progressive and accepting how people can meet each other.
Dating apps, they are so toxic, but I kind of live for it. I have some horror stories from them too.
Really? I've had pretty good experiences. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
You can definitely tell. I'll say this. You can tell on each app that you're gonna get a different sort of experience, and you've kind of got to be aware of that. The elephant in the room, no one goes on Tinder to find love. You're just not gonna find love on Tinder. Sorry.
So let me tell you my theories on the big 3 dating apps, which I'm assuming you're familiar with: Hinge, Bumble, Tinder.
Yeah, perfect. Good job.
I know. So one of my episodes actually consisted of all of this. I did it pretty recently. Hinge is for relationships. Bumble is for friendships or whatever the female wants. Whatever, it goes on the pace of what the female sets it as because she messages first.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tinder's obviously for fucking. You're not finding love on Tinder. I refuse to believe it.
Yeah. So I agree with Hinge and Tinder. I've had here's the. I won't say it's a bad example, but Bumble is a trash app. It's just not a good app, and and it's I'm about to sound really cocky, and I'm going to try not to. But some of the pickup lines that girls have tried, not even pickup lines, just I should say some of the openers that girls have given me on Bumble I honestly, I look at the message and be like, I deserve better than that. But I'm so serious. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's not even cocky, because any self-respecting human would want better pickup lines than some girls come up with. And again, I shouldn't be calling them pickup lines. Like, girls will be like, hi, or the worst one, a wave emoji, just a wave emoji. Because at that point, I'm like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm definitely not holding. I don't care if you're the most stunning girl on the planet. I'm not, because I deserve better than a wave emoji. But then again, I'll give credit. There are definitely some good ones too. There's some nice girls out there. But like, no, I'm not. Sorry. I'm better than that. Anyone is. Though. Anyone deserves better than a wave emoji or hi.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree. And you are a king for all of this. And it's just, I'm laughing so hard because I am that asshole that sends the wave.
You do that?
I am an asshole.
Davida, what? No.
No, the level of effort I have in dating nowadays is like so low. Luckily, my love life.
Then get off the app.
Okay. It's so low.
But then get off the app. Like, why?
I have, believe me, I have. But
okay.
It's just so low to the point.
I honestly, sometimes I want to reply and be like, "What are we doing here? Like, what's the plan?"
I mean, sometimes I'll I've used like corny pickup lines, some that have worked actually, but I do agree, like if you just say hey and just do something so simple, you shouldn't expect much out of that.
Not anything, because I literally will not reply. Actually,
you won't reply. Thirsty guys out there, thirsty, gross guys will. Yes, they will.
I wish I was prepped for this, because there are a few. Sometimes I'll call them out.
Oh, like, no, do it. Call them out. I actually got rid of all my dating apps, but I mean, I could probably remember some cringy things that have been sent to me.
Honestly, they'll probably like unmatch me out of shame. But there's a few times I'll just say, really, ? Or like, is that the best you've got? Like, because honestly, like, it's low key degrading. I'm like, what? Did you see my photos and go, yeah, this guy's worth a wave emoji? Like,
this guy is worth a wave emoji. Oh no.
Like,
pulled out.
Yeah, you should be. I'm glad that you're one of them. So now I'm more passionate about the cause, because I feel like I'm talking to a culprit.
Let me have it. I deserve this.
But I'll say this in the same breath: Hinge is a great app. Like, Hinge is a great dating app.
Is it though?
Yeah. No, I've had great experiences on Hinge. Like, granted, I'm single, so obviously it hasn't been that great.
Not long-term success, but yes.
Right, but I've dated girls. Like, a couple of them came close to getting a label. Like, went on some dates and hung out at each other's houses, things like that, like from Hinge. And they were good. They're good people. Like, granted, it just didn't work. But
yeah, sure.
But I don't think I've never met up with anyone on Tinder though.
Yeah. Tinder was like the OG like dating app. I definitely used that a lot in college. Not so much now.
When did you graduate?
I graduated in 2018. So
okay.
I did the whole
year before you
there. So throughout my college career, Tinder was pretty much it. I was also in a 4-year relationship during the beginning of college. So then once I got out of that, I was like, Tinder, we'll go there.
So you were in a relationship all through college?
Pretty much, yeah. My last 2 years of college, because I did a victory lap year. Mm-hmm. So I did 5th year, and I pretty much like the first 3 years of my college experience, I was in a relationship.
Okay. I kind of did something. So I had 2 different relationships, but they kind of fell somewhat back to back through college. And I think I've done it wrong, because I've been single more since college than I was in college. And I'm pretty sure it's meant to be the other way around, isn't it? Like, you're meant to be single in college and live life and party and all that kind of shit.
Agree. Yeah, to an extent, for sure. I mean, I've just been plain single for the last 4.5 years. So I'm just like...
Okay, yeah. So since college, I've had 2 relationships. I'm 26. I graduated in 17. It's 21. So they weren't long relationships, obviously. But I've been single for most of my time out of college, and that's certainly been weird. Not ideal. If I could change, I would go back and be single in college and nowadays.
Right. No, being single in college definitely hits different. I was thinking like, oh my God, I'm never going to be that type of girl that like goes out and like, kind of like parties being a single girl. But like I was.
You were?
I was. I think about it now. It's funny. My podcast is all about, like quarter life happy hour, like drinking through your mid-20s, you know, trying to get through the quarter life crisis. Cheers to that.
Cheers
And
to that.
I think about all of the times that I was like in college, like trying to navigate life, and then I'm just like, wow, I was pretty much drunk throughout the whole thing, but that was like, I peaked there, I'm sure. And now drinking now, like I'm telling, like when I say I was hungover the other night after 2 drinks and 2 shots, it wasn't cute. Like my hangovers take like 2 days of recovery, but like in college, I would be able to just like wake up, day drink, go out until 4 a.m., do it over again the next day. Like I did a 12-day bender once.
My hangovers have always been bad my entire life, but it still manages to get worse. Just when I think it's like as bad as it can get, it manages to get worse. Yeah. So I mean, I remember there's been hangovers. You know how you've got those hangovers in your life that you just remembered, like, oh, that was that really bad hangover. Yes. I remember back to them, and every single time I'm like, this is the worst hangover I've ever had, and I'll always find a way to top it. I feel like I'll never find out when is the worst hangover, because I always manage to beat it. Even this summer, I had what I'm going to say now is the worst hangover of my life. This past summer just been, and I don't know if I can top it, but like, as I say that, I've got to have some self-awareness. I'm sure I'll find a way to top it one day, because it just gets worse the older you get. So much.
The older you get, I keep saying this, like this is going to sound really negative, but after 25, it's literally all downhill from here. Like,
yeah. Like, I want to disagree with you, but I do tell people it was like my 25th birthday that it was like, that's it. And then it's been bad hangovers a lot of the time. And then even like I was a professional athlete, so I was sore then. Played rugby.
Nice. Okay.
So I did that, and that would make me sore. Don't get me wrong. But now I'm like just sore from life. Like I'm a lot sorer.
From life.
You know what I mean? Like I'll wake up and just be like, God, my knee hurts today. Did nothing. Like I work out, but I guarantee it's not working out. Like I'm not doing anything crazy, but I'll wake up and just be sore. And so it's hangovers, soreness, tiredness. I'm more tired. I might be working more. I don't know, but something's up there. I'm more
my
tired.
body's broken. I don't know.
I'm breaking down. I'm 26. So like, and I think it was my 25th birthday. It was like, whoop, just over the edge. And now we're going, fuck.
Downhill from here, dude. I'm telling you.
So we'll circle back at like 50 and be like, how you feeling? Fucking dying.
Yeah, like by the time, I don't want to sound morbid here, but by the time 50 hits, I'm going to be like, okay, is it time to go? Like, I'm done. Like,
I don't know if I want to make it to 50.
I don't know if I want to make it all the way over there. Like the first 25 years, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Oh, yeah. Handle. Yeah. And like, you know how people are like, oh, life's so fast, life's so quick. You know, you've got to make the most of every day, which I agree with, obviously. But when I do look back on 25 years has been a while. Like it's been a run. So if I get to 50, join another 25 years, that's going to be a lot. Like there's a lot to get done. So, I mean, that's a positive way to look at it. Like I've got plenty of time. It's not like, where did my life go? No, it's been a ride.
Yeah. Like what am I supposed to do for the next 25 years of my life? Like actually start a family? Like what?
Yeah,
that sounds like a lot for a Tuesday.
I will say I've had recently this sort of realization, epiphany. I used to be like a full-on family man, right? Okay. And want the big house, white picket fence, the wife, dog, 2 little kids, the whole shebang. Amazing. And then I would say in the last year to 2 years, actually probably a year, like the last year, I've like given up on that hope. Like not even hope. I just like, it doesn't interest me as much as it used to, which is kind of strange. And like I come from a full household and everything. Well, I'm an only child, but my mum and dad are still together. We had the dog, the house, and all that kind of stuff. So like typically that's what you would think you would grow up to see. But the older I get and the less I'm in a relationship, the more I see like my friends. I've had friends get divorced already. I'm 26 and I've got friends that are divorcees. And then you look at statistics and the divorce rate's up to 55%. We were at 50 probably like 5 years ago. Now it's 55. So now if you're getting married you have more chance of breaking up than staying together. That's just statistics.
That's just math at that point.
And that's terrifying because I don't know if you've checked, but divorces are expensive. So you've got that to worry about. On top of that, if you get marriages that are under 30 in the next 10-year bracket, has a 93% divorce rate. If you get married under 30, there's a 93% chance of you getting a divorce. Or why would you roll the dice on that? And I get it. Love is all pretty and butterflies and roses.
Yeah, you'll enjoy this then. So I don't know them personally, but I know of a couple who was together for 8 years, something like that, like high school sweethearts, the whole shebang. Mm-hmm. They got married, at like 23, 24, whatever. Less than a year later, they're divorced. Like, it's like, what?
Wild.
Like, you are 25 years old and you've had one marriage already.
That's so scary. Like,
I'm over here still sobbing at the fact that I had an ex-boyfriend who was married when we were dating. That's another story. Your face. Yeah.
Oh, that's tea.
That's tea.
That's green tea. It's outrageous. Goodness me. Okay.
Are you ready for that? I don't know.
No, I was born ready for that. Okay, so let me ask questions for that then. Do you mind airing out your dirty laundry on your own podcast?
I would love to talk about anyone's dating life on this podcast.
All right, what's his name and social security?
Okay. Track him down, please.
So, okay, where did you meet? That's the best first question.
This is actually going to upset you. We met on Hinge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can you delete the earlier version of the podcast?
After that, let me say.
Okay, so you met on Hinge. So he's on Hinge. He's got a wife.
He's got a whole ass wife.
How old was he?
He was like 26 at the time.
Okay. What was his occupation?
None. He was applying for med schools and he couldn't get into any med schools. Mind you, what I tell you about this man is, let's just say it's all taken with a grain of salt because I feel like he was a pathological liar and everything he told me probably wasn't true.
Okay. I know. So he might not have been applying to med school.
So what he told me might not be the 100% truth, but he was just another normal mediocre white boy trying to ruin my life.
Mm-hmm. No, we do that. That's kind of our MO.
Trying to get into med school, couldn't get into any med schools in America apparently. So he applied for one in Poland. He's Polish.
I was going to say, was he born and raised? Was he an immigrant like me, or was he American?
Yeah. He was born in Poland, but then he moved here. I don't even fucking know. He moved here when he was like 10 or something. I don't even know.
Okay.
He had family in Poland and all that stuff.
Okay. Not the immigrant part's not weird. We're super cool people. Okay. So when did you start getting clues? Like,
no, I found out about all of this after we broke up, well after we broke up. Like, I found out about this pretty recent. And
the kid pulled it off?
Dude, he played me like a fucking violin, like an orchestra, like da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na.
He succeeded?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dumb bitch hours were literally from 9 to 6 for me. Like, it was...
No offense, but yeah. Because that's bad. Did you go to his house?
Met his family.
Stop.
But here's the tricky thing. His wife was in another country.
Okay.
Literally his... This is the worst way I could describe it, but it's the only way I can. I was basically his slam piece when he came to America.
Yeah, maybe. I just, I wouldn't introduce a slam piece to my parents. So like the fact that you met the family makes me like question that.
Question his sanity. I mean, same, but
that for sure. But I wouldn't call you a slam piece. I think he might have been confused. Look at me giving him him an out.
Don't give him the benefit of the doubt.
And so that's why you should still try out Hinge. Check out my code Hawker20.
And that's why we recommend Hinge. You will clearly find some successful relationships on there.
Damn, that's wild. Good for you. Well, not good for you, but like, what a story. You can at least notch that up.
I laugh about it now just because his current wife actually follows me on social media platforms, and I'm just like, hi, girl.
There is a lot of weirdness to this story.
I hope she listens to the podcast. Like, I really do.
Hey, babe, it's Tay here. This is going to go out to, what's his name?
We just refer to him on the show as Polish Boy.
As, hey, Polish boy, if you happen to have a husband that's Polish that goes to America sometimes, look, babe, run. Just
run.
Get out. If you're listening to this, just dip. And life's short. Life's long. Sorry, not short. You've got plenty of time. You can find another man. Get one divorce. It's cool, but wow, you got to get out because that's bad.
Yeah,
that's terrifying. Well, shit, I've got to be more careful then, because I've been meeting girls on Hinge, being just like diving in. They're probably married.
Dude, that's the fucking scary part. Like this guy so the guy I'm currently seeing, I ask him every day if he's married because I'm just traumatized.
Don't do that. It's funny you say that because not like that exactly, but I don't know. She might listen. I should. Trying to decide if I should decide if I tell her. I just had a very minutes ago. I had a very strange conversation with a chick.
Okay.
But she just like admitted that she was crazy to me, like told me that she's crazy, and what started with her saying she's not crazy, and then I was like, well, every single girl that's ever told me she's not crazy was crazy. And then she was like, okay, that's fair, I am crazy. And then I was like, oh no, now she is crazy. Like there's no winning that comment. It got a little bit weird, but just in case she listens, no disrespect, just don't. It's probably not going to go much further, so it's not going to go further.
It's probably not going to go much further, he says.
Well, because then it carried on to tell me that she wants to. I met the girl in the last couple of days, and she told me that she wants to get married with kids in the next couple of years and all this stuff. I was like, hey, I don't know you well enough for you to tell me that.
That's kind of she told you that after a couple days.
Yeah, that's why it's not gonna that's nope.
I mean, good for her for standing her ground and telling people that she's seeing what she wants right away, just so her time isn't wasted and your time isn't wasted. But damn,
that's not how you date. You're supposed to keep me in the dark for a lot longer.
I want this in the future, and if you can't provide it for me, then leave. I don't know.
No. My best friend though does have a theory that it's not he lives by it, but it is a popular theory. It's not his theory, but the 3-month rule. Do you know the 3-month rule?
No, I don't. What's it?
So basically you find out who, we say girl obviously, who the girl really is after 3 months. A girl can basically pretend for 3 months as to, they can.
I can pretend for 3 months too.
A guy can too, but I personally am not dating them. But so I'm talking about on my end, when me and my best friend date girls, you've got to wait for at least 3 months to really gauge whether you like them, because the girl's able to pretend for 3 months. And then it's always 3 months. Well, I don't know what it is, but the number 3 is just an unlucky one, because after about 3 months, you start finding out there's a bit of craziness in there. There's a bit of jealousy. There's a bit of trust issues maybe. And they can hide it for 3 months. Well, you guys can hide it for 3 months. Is that true? Do you want to confirm that for us?
I'm pretty much an open. I can confirm that for most girls. Absolutely. I'm pretty much an open book. So if there's certain insecurities in my life, if there's things that need to be told, they are pretty much told. Not within the first couple days, but
yeah. That was going to be my next bit of advice then, would be to, and that goes for any girl, just play the game for a little bit. Let us catch a little bit of feelings before you start telling us, because then we'll be
start playing the game a little bit. You got to be with it.
Play me. You know what I mean? Play the game.
Guys low-key love to be played. I don't care what y'all say.
It depends what definition we mean by played.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, when I say play the game, make me think you're actually a cool chick, and then yell at me for watching football too much. You know what I mean? Let me believe.
You're watching football too much. Wow.
You get what I mean. Those girls will start all of a sudden start giving a shit, and you're like, where has this been? I don't know how many times I've dated a girl and then had to ask, where has this been? Like, where has this come from?
Dude,
And
I get what you mean on like the opposite side of the spectrum. All of a sudden, the guy I dated for 4 years literally turned crazy after 2. And I was like, where was this? Why?
Okay. So it was 2 years for you.
2 years, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they talk about a 2-year hump in a relationship. I've heard that theory too.
Have you heard of the 4-year, like, you're on like a relationship's like a highway. You're like going down the highway, and then there's certain like you can get off at certain exits. 4 years is one of the exits. And what I've noticed with a lot of like my relationships and a lot of like my friends' relationships is that usually ends after 4 years. My best friend and her ex ended after 4 years. A lot of couples I know hit the 4-year mark and they were just like, this ain't it. Because I feel like after 4 years, especially when you're in like you're reaching your mid-20s, like if it's either you're in it for the long haul or you're not.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because the longest relationship I've had was 4 years.
Yep.
And it didn't go further than that. Yeah, that's really accurate now that I'm like putting it all together.
Wow, it's like I should have a podcast about dating in your mid-20s. That's crazy.
Yeah, you should do
really
that.
Think about that.
You would be great.
I should really think about doing this. Like, I feel like it's my calling.
Well, I mean, 4 years is that mark. I think that you start deciding, is it marriage or is it time to go other ways? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to really start answering a lot of hard questions in that relationship. And a lot of the time when you actually have introspective thought, you find out the issues because we get kind of stuck in this motion. I was living with my girlfriend at that time. Like we had an apartment together and everything. And you kind of get just used to like that as life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you kind of get hit by a tidal wave of, wait, I don't want this life. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably why the 4-year thing might, and I'm no expert. I'm just someone who's experienced it. So
for sure. I remember it was actually, I was like taking like a trip back from the beach with my ex of 4 years, and it was with his family. And me and his family, like we got along sometimes, but it wasn't like, you know, it's not like I like adored them. Like I saw like all my friends' relationships and they were just like, yeah, I'm so close to my significant others, like family and all this stuff. And I was just like, damn, I wish I could say the same. So it's like, it's not that they were bad people. It's just we didn't vibe. And I remember coming back from a trip with them and we were all in the car. And I just remember sitting there and looking at my boyfriend at the time and thinking, I would be so miserable if this was my family. And I think that was the moment where I was just like, okay, this ain't it. Like,
damn.
Yeah. Like after 4 years, I was thinking like, wow, I do not want this life.
Yeah. Oh, mine cheated on me. So I got my decision was made for me. But
I love that for you.
And I like, not to like defend her, but we were heading for destruction anyway. And I believe that cheating is kind of just a coward's way out anyway. Like it wasn't going to, if they had cheated then, they were going to cheat in 5 years. They were going to cheat in 10. Like it was going to happen.
It was going to happen.
So like, it's not like I don't want to seem like I have like animosity, because I definitely like don't care at this point for sure. But I do think it was kind of her way of just being like, hey, I'm out. And I'm like, yeah, like it was a pretty clean breakup in my opinion. It's actually not been so. She's Instagram famous, so I'll keep.
She's Instagram famous.
I'll keep names out of it and stuff, but wow, I never actually thought about this. So she's aired out incorrect laundry for like years about me, and I've never discussed it on a platform at all. So congratulations, the first time I've discussed that breakup on a platform, because I've never been in a position where I've like wanted to share my thoughts. I've been okay with her. Like there's been actually one time I texted her and I was like, hey, we both, because she posted stories about, because she's all about like women's empowerment and stuff, which obviously I'm fine for, but she used a lie about me and saying that I was like abusive and all this kind of stuff to like pipe up her followers. Like,
oh, hell no.
It doesn't matter if you're in a bad relationship and stuff. Like she was like saying all this stuff. And it like, I didn't care up until she like, it got really detailed and I was like, it's just a blatant lie. Like it's just not true at all.
Yeah.
And so I texted her and I was like, hey, we both know this isn't true. Like you're lying to your followers about what happened in our relationship. And I was like, do you mind taking down your posts about lies? And then she didn't take them down. She didn't reply or anything. And I was like, wow, that was the only time that I've been really pissed off about it. But other than that, like, she hasn't used my name, and like her hundreds of thousands of followers don't know me. So like, I didn't care. I was just like, make up whatever story you need. But yeah, that sucked because it got like weird. Like, it was like a lie, but it was like weirdly accurate, not accurate, but detailed is a better term. And it was like weirdly detailed. And I was like, that's just not true. And then I knew like some of our mutual friends followed her, and granted, they know the truth. So I wasn't that concerned, because I was like, no one's going to listen to that and be like, wow, I didn't know that about Tay, because they know me. But yeah, that point it got weird. Other than that, she still talks about me as like this terrible boyfriend. I was like, you.
Yeah. So you are that like poster child of like, listen, like she probably gets on Instagram. She's just like, listen, ladies, I know we've all been there with an abusive boy who wasn't worth our time. Let me tell you about my experience, and you're that guy.
I think you must follow her, because that's exactly how it goes.
I just know how women work on social media because I feel them.
Well, the weird thing is she's had a boyfriend for years, but she'll still talk about me in her posts, and I'm like,
well, yeah, because this is the thing with social media nowadays. In order to be relatable and in order to have people connect with you, you have to go through you have to do the negative. You have to go through the trauma. You have to talk about the traumatic experiences, because there's a better chance we all experience the same trauma than we experience the same successes.
Huh. I mean, I
don't know where that came from just now. Oh my God.
I'm not an influencer of any kind, so I've never really thought about it.
I'm not either, so this is weird.
In that sense of like trying to, look, I've always known what she's trying to do. That's why I never really cared, because it was more of like, in my head, it was a business move rather than trying to talk shit on me. I never took it personally.
Sure.
And so I was like, like, let her make up whatever story. It's not, she was never like tagging me being like, this is the guy, you know, like,
here's a picture. This is where he lives. This is his blood type, his social security number. And
she posts like every 15 minutes. So like, any way people would go to find me would have to like scroll to the bottom of her page. And I like, no one's ever messaged me or anything. So I like didn't care. It was like, whatever, she can make her story. And I like, at the end of the day, yeah, it was a terrible ending, and like getting cheated on sucks, but I knew it was coming to an end. And so like, I was very fortunate, because like I text one of the boys, and she was out of town when I found out, and I was in the apartment. I text one of the boys, and I was like, told him what happened. And he came over with a 30 rack of Bud Light, and like helped me clean up I took everything that I owned from the apartment and was just gone. My parents were not a fan. And so when I told them that we broke up, they were like ecstatic. And Dad was like, hey, pick an apartment. I'll pay your first month in the deposit. And like, I'll get started. And like, I was stoked with that. So I was out within like 24 hours. I was out of my apartment and starting a new life. So it was a very nice, like clean cut start onto a new thing.
That's good.
I had no complaints. It was fine. And it was definitely for the best for both of us. Cause I didn't like being an Instagram boyfriend. And that like, in her defense,
is always the worst archetype. You don't want to do that.
No, I did not enjoy and that's what her whole argument was, that I was abusive because I wasn't supportive. And so I was never abusive. I just like, I'm not all for that lifestyle, and I'd just like question it. But I think a lot of boyfriends that are Instagram boyfriends do try to find what we have to do is like try to be as polite as we can and be like, hey, I don't know about like lingerie, like my parents follow you, like those kinds of things. Like,
and I honestly do get that from like the boyfriend's perspective, like, you know.
Right, but she didn't.
Girl, yeah. I get it. Trust me. Couldn't be me, but I get it.
Right, and so I would do my best to like pussyfoot around being like, hey, I don't, because at the end of the day, I was like, absolutely, in my head, I was like, absolutely fucking not. But to her, I was just like, try to be like, I don't really like that. Like I try to be as good as I can, and she didn't take it very well. So that's, like I said, she's crushing it now. I'll give full shout out. She's killing it. She's just, cheating aside, she's a magnificent businesswoman and has really done well at the whole Instagram influencer thing. So I have to give credit where credit's due. And her boyfriend and her now look great for each other. Like he's a big fitness guy as well. He's all into it, and they seem to be really happy. So I'm more than happy for her to carry on her life.
Yeah.
And you can probably tell by the way I'm talking, it's been probably like 5 years since we broke up. So I definitely don't have animosity or anything.
No, of course. Wow. But yeah, everything happens for a reason, so everyone's happy, so it's all good. Wow, must be nice. You've dated like, hot Instagram models. I'm pretty sure my exes are potential serial killers. It's like it's a different spectrum here. It's great.
I promise you, it's not what it's come out to be.
I get that. Well, would you rather your exes be potential serial killers? I don't think so, Taylor.
No, that's in comparison. No, I'd pick Instagram model, but I'm just saying the Instagram model is not a great way to be either, because there was not a lot of fun. Well, what was funny though is I was the one that pushed her to start an Instagram, so I like.
You are the reason for this. You are a true influencer.
Well, she was like crushing it in the gym, and all her friends were asking for like recipes and workouts and things like that. I was like, "Yo, you need to put this on Instagram." Like,
social media, done. Yeah. Social media basically runs our world right now. So
that was probably like 2014 that I was saying. It was like at the start of, well, like not the start of Instagram, but Instagram wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
And I remember she had like 20 followers for the longest time, and I was like, "It's fine, just like keep posting," and then
skyrocketed. Nice.
Yeah.
I would love to have that power.
Well, that's the thing, is that like, again, she's done it very well, but like sex sells. She's a good looking girl. I can put money on most of her followers being dudes, and then probably half of them are girls that are still trying to like find themselves as well, and like want to find empowerment and whatever. Right. So, I mean, you kind of have to play to your audience, and she's done that well, but she's a good looking girl. So,
Exactly. Like, again, give her credit where credit is due, and just,
Well, you've got to like, she puts herself out there is kind of my point. Like good looking girls aren't going to just get a following for being good looking. You've got to go ahead and, I'm trying to pick the right words without saying like, sounding like I'm like slut shaming or anything, but you've got to put yourself out there to like.
You do have a point. No, you do. I get what you're saying. I get what you're trying to say, and
yeah, and nothing against that. Go make your paper, boo-boo. But like, it's just the nature of the beast.
Go make that bread. Like, everyone who has an OnlyFans, I support you. I love it. Like, oh my God, I don't have the balls. Like, I don't have the courage.
I have friends with an OnlyFans account, and all of my friends will be able to attest to this. I'm an overly supportive guy. And no, I'm not about to tell you I sign up for their OnlyFans. I don't have OnlyFans, but I have friends that have.
You should make one. I'm sure my listeners would love to hear it. They'd love to see it.
Me make one.
Go for it.
I don't know about that. But
make us all proud.
I'm always supportive of my friends that have OnlyFans accounts. So
okay, that's fair then.
Go do your thing. Like, I'm all supportive.
Yeah. Oh, no, I do not have one. My friends do, and I will support them through it. It's fine.
Oh, you've got friends that have OnlyFans as well?
Oh, yeah. I have friends who definitely are just like, they even ask me to sometimes, like, Davida, can you take our photos for our OnlyFans? And I'm like, sure, I'll be your photographer. Yeah.
Wow.
I have the best job in the world. I'm just kidding.
No one's ever asked me that.
So no one, would you like that job?
Wow.
But anyway, so moving forward, so your podcast, The Bottle Opener, how did you get that started? Tell me a little bit about that. What got you into podcasting and such?
Yeah, so I kind of had I suppose I've been pretty vulnerable on this podcast already. But this is weird. I haven't talked about this relationship, but I'm not going to, because it's still not healing. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. But I had an idea of starting a podcast for a while. But the reason behind the podcast, I'll say this, is that I've lived in America for 8 years now, and I've lived it in 5 different states now. But I've been to 43. I've got 7 to go. 43 states. Yeah.
Oh,
and like all through those travels, I've met some incredible people. And what I kind of learned along the way is that every single person you meet has a story, regardless of who it is. Like, every random ass person has been through something unique. And I wanted to start a podcast for the average person, like just talking to average folk. I didn't want it to be like, how do I get Elon Musk or Joe Rogan on the podcast? Like, it's literally just for like average people. And So basically what I did is start a podcast for that reason. Now the name was quite cool. I got to give credit to my two best friends, Phil Posley and Coop, for giving me the idea. So the bottle opener for me is, it's a tangible item, but it holds an extrinsic purpose. And, you know, when you are drinking with friends, if you're drinking like hard spirits and stuff, it's pretty rare that you have time to like, because you're going to party, you're not really like sitting down to really get to know someone.
Sure.
However, over beer and wine, you typically have those like 3 a.m. conversations where you're just like shooting the shit, really getting to know someone's core, like telling them some real like vulnerable things. And so to do that, to drink wine or beer, you need a bottle opener to be able to open the bottle. And so the bottle opener itself both opens a bottle, but opens a connection between you and another person. So that's how, you know, it's a tangible item, but with an extrinsic purpose. So we called the bottle opener, the podcast, the bottle opener, because it acts as a bottle opener. It gives you an opportunity to make a connection with a new person.
I really like that. Like, I was like, wow, that's a really great analogy. That's a great metaphor. Like, I'm an English major, so that just like that like spoke to me. And I'm kind of like, I don't know how to act right now. I'm a little shook.
Yeah, no, it was cool. We were just throwing around ideas and stuff, and then so I've been a bartender for years as well. So we kind of knew that it would be somewhat alcohol related, probably. And then I think Coop said the bottle opener, and then Phil like brought on the idea and Coop built on it. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. This is a bottle opener. So yeah. And then I had told, there was a girl I was dating at the time. I had told her that I like wanted to start a podcast and stuff, but when we were dating, I just kept putting it off. And then she ended up leaving me, and I was like heartbroken and everything. And then it was like a month after that, and I was like, oh, maybe if I start it, like I'll impress her or whatever. Like I told her that I would do it and everything. So I started it to impress a chick, and nothing happened with it. I'm still single. So, but I love doing the podcast. It worked out. So
like I ask anyone in my life, like I love doing this. Everybody is fully supportive. Like my mom, I went over to my parents' house today, and my mom was just like, when can I be on your show? I'm like, you're listening to my podcast. I'm going to go cry. My boss told me the other day that he listens, and I was just like, how am I not fired? Like, this is...
That's why. Well, I was actually thinking I want to have my dad on the podcast, on my one.
Yeah. No, I would honestly love to have, like, a parent's perspective on my show. Like, I think it'd just be super cool.
Oh, I think it would be as well, because my dad, he's been a very successful businessman over his years, and so is my mum. So if there was any way, we couldn't have a 3-person conversation.
Yeah,
our dynamic's terrible. But
I've been listening to some of your episodes, and like you have some really interesting people on. And
yeah, I mean, everyone's interesting. Like I could walk outside my door right now and grab the first person. I promise you, they've got a cool story, and that's kind of the nature of the beast. So I try to get randoms, but a lot of them are my friends that I know are cool, like because I've got to know them. So it's the nature of having a podcast too, because I can't just ask a random and be like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? I don't have that many listeners, but I'd love to talk to you.
Obviously I've had some, failed episodes. For the 90% of them have gone well, and I've released them and they've been good. But there's always, like a couple of those that are just, one, we get way too drunk. 2, it's somebody I don't even have that good of a relationship with. Literally, here's a fun story. I tried having one of my ex-flings on the show. Bad idea. Okay. Don't recommend. I invited him over, and we were like drinking and stuff, and all of a sudden we started yelling at each other, and it's all recorded.
I thought you were about to say started hooking up. I was
on the podcast? No. God, I would have to stage this whole entire table with I'd have to burn it actually. I wouldn't have to stage it. We just started fighting. We were just yelling at each other, and I can't listen to the recording to this day, but it's still on my computer, and I'm just kind of what if I released it as just a gag episode just to make everyone cringe?
It could be funny. I would listen to that.
That's hypothetical. I will never do that.
Wow. It kind of reminds me, this is kind of funny. Have you seen those TikToks where people send out the Google Forms to rate the hookup? Have you seen that? Yeah. I got one sent to me once, And that's why when you said like an ex-fling, it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Like if you like, let's get together and review our hookup. I had one sent to me and I was dying reading it. I was like, yeah, of course I will fill this out. Because I have great relationships with like any of my flings. I'm not going to be a dick to anyone. So when she texted me that, I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
So was it like one of those, like it was a Google Doc?
Yeah, it was a Google Doc.
Yeah, okay.
Google form, yeah.
The girl you're about to meet, one of the hosts of Messy Talks, Tiffany, is she actually did that. She actually made a Google Doc.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She literally like sent it out to most of her hookups, and she's actually gotten, responses back.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like I would do that, but I don't want to get my feelings hurt because one, I do not talk anyone I hooked up with in the past, I don't talk to except for one.
Really?
I don't speak to, no.
I have great relationships with all my like hookups.
Well, must be nice. Mine are psycho, so.
Well, you need to start going on Hinge. Shout out to Hinge. It's
yeah, and maybe I should just stay off Hinge because that's where the source of my problems are.
I'm sending this podcast to Hinge and trying to get a sponsorship.
Yeah, right? We're going to get like sponsored by Hinge. Honestly, if I get sponsored by Hinge, I'll promote it more. I'll talk good things.
Oh my God, yeah. But no, that sucks. Most of my hookups have been like at a bar or like friends of friends and things like that. So I guess it's like, I haven't hooked up with chicks online, and like that sounds. I guess I'm kind of dating myself, but that kind of sounds weird when you say like meeting chicks online. But that's pretty normal these days. Yeah, it's definitely like out. I also like bartending.
You bartended?
Yeah, for 6 years. So like
bartended for 6 years, bruh.
Yeah,
you definitely got some looks.
Yeah, and like it sounds weird, but one of the bars I worked at was like actually each one, but one of the last bars that I worked at was like the It Bar in St. Louis, and so it sounds terrible, and I don't mean to like sound like a dick, but you kind of get put in this like limelight if you work there. Like you're kind of like, oh, they bartend there, like, and so when you're like bartending there, you meet girls that just want to know you because you bartend there, and you can like get them in or cheap drinks or whatever. So yeah, those girls are cool too. Like they'll text me, we catch up and things like that. It's not a bad relationship. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. I totally get that. Man.
Shout out to my hookups.
shout out to hookups, seriously. Oh my God. Well, hold on real quick. I'm just getting a new beer. Tiffany will be joining us soon on Zoom here. But what were you drinking, by the way?
I've been drinking. This is Highland Park. What was Highland Park Scotch?
Scotch, nice.
My best mate Sam. It's really good Scotch. My best mate Sam Heaton gave it to me when I got the job out here in Virginia. So
well, I'm pulling a Matt or an egg right here and drinking Bud Lights.
No, it needs to be in a seltzer.
No, I'm tired of him and I'm tired of the seltzers.
I'm gonna be his shotgun in Virginia.
You're in a shotgun in Virginia? Yeah, I'm supposed to. Me and a couple of my friends are supposed to be his shotguns in Illinois, and I'm like, great. I haven't shotgunned anything since I was like 21, so that's good.
Time to practice.
I can't wait to spill on myself. It'll be great.
I was just checking if he had replied to me, but he hasn't.
But what's cute about these is they're the little Bud Lights. These are literally tiny. Like,
so you drink them because they're cute, right? Because you take 2 sips and they're gone.
They're so cute too. Like, honestly, I was like a little buzzed when I bought these, and I thought they were just cheap, and then I was really excited, but then I realized why they were cheap. They are the babies.
I'm about to attempt to give myself a second brand deal after Hinge messages me, because so yesterday I was at the store and I bought a Lagunitas Daytime. Do you know that? Have you seen this before? I
have, actually.
All right, so Lagunitas is a good brand itself. A little something is a great beer. But then I saw these and I was like, why not dive into a bit of Daytime? And I had one last Saturday night. It is phenomenal. Great beer.
Okay, yeah.
I want to do, how close can it?
Nice.
It's a good sound clip. You're going to use it.
Yeah, I love that.
For your intro.
Woohoo! Happy hour!
What are they? Sound bite. That was the word I was trying to think of.
Perfect little sound bite. That'll like, I'll use that to promote it. It'll be great.
Wait, send that to me because that's the bottle. No, it's not a bottle opener. That's
honestly,
what I should do for my podcast.
No, for your intro, I was gonna suggest like you should like, do like some bottle opener sound.
Crack a bottle. Yeah. Or
this is a production.
If you or my listeners have suggested starting the podcast with like introducing what beers I'm drinking or like whatever I'm drinking, and I've thought about that, but I always get like sidetracked. I don't know if you're the same way, but as soon as like you kind of get into a podcast, you just get sidetracked and you're like, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Bottle Opener Podcast.
I used to do that in my early stages of doing the show. I used to be like, what are we drinking today, everybody? But then sometimes like, we won't be drinking anything.
Yeah, I've had athletes on mine as well, and they drink water while I'm drinking beer, and I'm still drinking, but I'm not gonna be like, "What are you drinking?" H2O, cool. Good shit.
I mean, I attempted sober January, so I wasn't even drink. Don't give me that face.
Oh, gross.
I'm trying to be healthy.
No.
You're like, that's offensive.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah, I heard that. I did 10 days of that and decided I can't.
I did 10 days of that. I did 14 days of that when I had COVID. I didn't have a choice. I did 14 days sober. Oh, I didn't drink when I had COVID. I had COVID.
Oh, you had COVID. Oh my God. Incredible.
So yeah.
What was that like?
Not fun. Don't recommend it. Wear a mask.
Oh yeah, 10 out of 10 do not recommend COVID. Like, no thank you, baby.
That's my advice to the listeners. Wear a mask, social distance, and don't listen to Newsmax.
Yeah, honestly. Oh my goodness. Well, we are about to be joined by basically my podcast daughter. She just really wanted to meet you. I think it's because she wants to hear your accent, personally.
Okay.
Well, you're probably just like, all right. I mean, it's like, I don't know, like some Americans, I apologize for Americans. We don't know how to act.
Oh, hush. I love you guys.
We really don't.
I love Americans.
One of us has to. It's fine. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, like, did you like hear about like that Too Hot to Handle show on Netflix and stuff?
Yeah. That was probably, I think that was one of the ones that I loved. Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah, the one where it had like all these people from like, like British people, and like there was that one guy from Australia, and I was just like,
oh yeah, Harry,
yeah.
No, was it Harry?
Yeah, it was Harry. Yeah. Oh, Harry.
Oh, I love that show. Is that so? Oh, that's the one that they lose money every time they hook up, right?
Yeah. If you like break the rules, then money gets taken away from the thing. And I loved watching it because I was just like, it's such an easy concept, but like it would be so hard because you're in the situation. If you're in the situation, it'd just be hard. But like looking back as outsiders, it's like, how could these people not put out or not hold out?
Oh, I would crush it. I wouldn't hook up.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't touch a single soul. I'd be like, no. I'm winning my money, bitches. Bye.
Yeah, no, money talks. Money talks.
Money talks. Even though they all got famous off it, regardless what they did, like.
True.
All right.
True. I don't know.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. Okay, welcome to the show. I'm just kidding. We're gonna welcome Tiffany in from Messy Talks because what's a show without her? Am I right? So here she is. This is going to be interesting. She's a delight. She really is. Hello, friend. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Happy Hour. Is your mic on?
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hi.
What's up, Tiffany? How are you, love?
Good. Oh my God.
Oh, stop.
you called it love? Oh God.
I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, how are you?
Are you okay?
No, not okay. Yeah, I totally forgot to clock out and I just had to do some work stuff.
So you're just on the clock still? You're just...
Oh, yeah, I had a client just call me right now before you answered, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like freaking
out. Who's your employer? What's your boss's name, and how do I get a hold of them?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Wait, Tiff, you're going to love this. So Tay was just telling me how he asked me, he was like, have you seen the TikTok trend where, you know, it's like the Google Doc and they send it to all their hookups, like rating how the hookups are?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
have you heard of that, Tiffany?
I have not heard of it, actually.
Shut the fuck up. I already spilled the beans on you.
Yeah. You're talking about me?
Well, yeah. I just like my friend Tiffany actually did that.
I haven't made a TikTok video of it yet because I'm super slow, but yeah, that was very exciting.
Neither did the girl that long story short, Tiffany, I got sent one as well from a previous hookup, and I filled it out to, like, I thought I was hilarious because I knew what it was for, and she still hasn't posted a TikTok about it. And I texted her like a week ago. I was like, hey, where's my TikTok? I want to see this.
The metaphor for TikTok.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I'm waiting. Give me time, kind of thing. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for a couple of responses, but I mean, not everybody likes me, so I guess.
I feel that. No one likes me. I could never do it.
I mean, if I send one to you, Tay, will you fill one out?
Yeah, 100%. Send it over.
Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna send one over.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Amazing.
What else are you talking about?
We literally have been talking about a bunch of things. So Tay is a big fan of Hinge. Tiff, would you like to share your experiences with Hinge?
I haven't been allowed on Hinge in over a year, so.
Hold on, what the fuck? What have you done on Hinge?
They banned me.
Yeah, that answer my question. What the fuck did you do on Hinge?
I honestly don't know. I literally have emailed them multiple times. I'm like, hello, can someone like tell me what I did to get banned? And they have an appeal notice now. So I wrote in my appeal to get unbanned from Hinge. And I'm like, I don't even know why you guys banned me. Like, can you just tell me what I did wrong? Like, am I not meeting with enough people? I don't know. But yeah, I personally think just one too many people got, you know, butthurt or like upset with me, and they were just like, you know what, let's report her.
Well, okay, stop there. What were you doing to upset that many people?
I don't know.
Oh, Tiff. It's me, Tay. You can talk to me. What's your...
I mean, like, I don't know. I think I'm a very honest person. So when men are not acting correct with me, I tend to correct them. Okay. And they don't like that.
Okay. That's fair. I like to get real cocky again. It's not even cocky, actually. Like, they're human beings on the other side.
It's okay.
No, listen, they're human beings on the other side of the phone, so I would never be remotely disrespectful or like crude in any way. So I couldn't, like, I'm trying to imagine what guys are saying to you to warrant you having to be remotely rude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember. I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been on Hinge.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And over.
Because, I mean, I don't know. I like Hinge for me, I've met girls that I'm like, oh, I would for sure take her to dinner. And that's rare. I don't take girls to dinner.
Take them to bed.
Tip. Sweetheart, you've got to give me some credit. I
was just asking.
Here's a question for you girls. It used to be one of my prompts on Hinge. Do you, on a first date, do you prefer drinks or do you prefer dinner?
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Okay. On a first date?
Yeah, first time meeting someone.
Personally, for me, drinks, because on first dates, I don't eat.
Okay, and Tiff?
Depending on what they suggest, I would say if you suggest sushi, I'm all for dinner. But with Davida, I would prefer drinks first for the first date, just because I don't know. I always get super nervous before a date, so I don't like to eat. And then even if we do go on the date, I'm not going to eat anyways because I'm nervous.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, or coffee. I don't know. If we go on a drink date, I'm going to drink too much.
Oh, yeah.
So,
like, if we're going on a drink date, you want to see drunk me because she's about to come out.
Yeah, no, like, I'm the type of girl who's like, okay, we're going to get drinks and you're telling me I'm on your tab. I'm going to be like, you know what? Shots, let's go. Yep. Like, this isn't my money. So I guess I would say coffee date.
Okay. I mean, unique answer with the coffee date, because that's a whole different beast that I could get into from a guy's point of view. Because I wouldn't do coffee as a first date. A couple of reasons. Nonetheless, drinks is the correct answer because as a dude as well, I've been on dinner dates for the first date, and I like pick at the food. I'll like eat a little bit, and I'm a 200. I'll give myself some credit. 205-pound guy. I would rather eat. You know, it's dinner time. I'm going to be hungry if I don't eat. I'm a human. And yet I go on these dates and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just do a couple of tacos. Like, dog, nah, I want the burger. That's what I want. So now both of us are pretending. I'd rather go to drinks. I'd eat dinner at home. I'll have whatever meal I meal prep and stuff too. So I get to eat my normal food at home. I'm going to come buy you some drinks, shoot the shit. If I like you, I'm a classy gentleman. We're just going to have drinks. I'll drive you home if that's appropriate. If we haven't had too many, I'll make sure you get home safely and we'll go our separate ways. But I'm not doing dinner. Like dinner's like dinner's not the move. It's too awkward and you got to like, someone asks a question as you take a mouthful and you're like,
it's awkward. It really is. Like I don't know. I've had like, you know, like we could get like, they'd take me to like a bar type place, which is like, or like a taco bar. Like there's this place in Chicago called Big Star, which is like tacos and margs. And that's a good place just because you could either drink or you could, if you want food, you can get chips and salsa. Like that works too. Like just like kind of little things to pick at.
Snacky food's okay. I can get around that.
But I remember it was so awkward because when I went on a date with this guy at Big Star, like he ordered like 5 tacos and I'm over here like, this is my marg, I'm gonna get drunk, goodbye. This is my pitcher.
Do you match the energy then?
I got pretty wasted on that date, not gonna lie. So
what I'm saying, like, say we go out to dinner and I order a meal. Firstly, I shouldn't be ordering first. I'm a guy, but if I did order first, gentlemen, and then a girl listens to me and I'm like, hey, yeah, could I do the double Angus burger with fries? And then what does the girl do? Does she have to match the energy, or is she going, oh, I'll just do artichoke dip?
Again, I think it's all situational. Me personally, I would still probably be like, I could not stomach a burger and match that energy personally. Okay. I would literally take one bite. Tiffany's over here like, I'm over here like,
wait, you're telling me he just ordered a burger? Hell yeah, I'm gonna order the same thing.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I would feel like I don't know, maybe like food for later, like take it to go, like he paid.
I know 100% I'm not gonna be able to finish it in one sitting.
Yeah.
But on the rare chance that I do, I don't care. It's a first date. What is he gonna do?
Right.
Would never see me again. Oh, boo-hoo.
Fuck yeah. That's the energy. I want your energy. Because I'm not.
It's like who you are. Like, here's my thing. Like, on a first date, if we had been talking for a little bit and like texting and all this stuff, and I get a good vibe from you, and then we go on our first date, and I like have a good feeling about you, I probably won't go in as much on food because I'll be more nervous. But if I kind of don't really give a shit and I'm like, it's like a first date, I'm never going to see you again after this, then I'm going to go in. Yeah. Huh. So the amount of food I order is your first indicator on if I even give a fuck about you.
That makes sense.
Well, I'm in this right now. I've actually just made a deal with, so I've got like 4 of my like really good girlfriends that like they're my fucking ride or dies. Mm-hmm. A couple who have boyfriends and stuff, but it's not a romantic thing at all.
Right.
And they've been trying to check me recently because I had a knack of talking to girls that I don't see a future with. And I know, like, I can openly be like, yeah, it's not going to happen. But I guess lead them on, if you want to call it that. But like, I'll just continue it. And they're my 4 best girlfriends kind of are like, we're not doing this shit anymore. Time to spend energy on girls you can see a future with and actually ride that out. So when you say like you go on a date with a guy that you don't see a future with, I've actually recently given that up where I'm not allowed to go on dates with girls that I don't see a future with anymore. So I have to take those things into account and have to be well behaved and polite on my first dates now because
Yeah, well, Tiff and I talk about this actually all the time. Like, we're at the age where it's just like, none of us want our time wasted. No one does.
I am the biggest advocate for please.
Like, I am 25, or I'm not 25, you're 25, Tiff. I'm 26, I'm tired, exhausted.
See,
I have no patience left. No.
I'm the time waster. So,
You're a time waster?
Yeah, big time. Well, I'm turning over a new leaf. But I just moved to Virginia. I don't know anyone here. I go to work, I come home, and I sit here and make food, watch TV, and my phone just sits in my lap. So I'm wasting time, I guess. Like, I happily, because I just wanted company, like someone to Snapchat, text, and whatever. Until, like I said, shout out the homies. They called me on my shit and they were like, hey, stop wasting your fucking time. Because the issue was that I had to start letting girls down, and I hated that. Like, it really did hurt me to have to hurt someone else, to be like, hey, like, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Like, I don't like that conversation. And I started ghosting girls, which is terrible. Like, I don't want to be that guy. So I basically started realizing that, and I had a few conversations that I was like, hey, you've got to be the bigger man. Just be like, hey, this isn't going anywhere. I apologize. I think you're really cool, but I just don't see a future with us. And they suck worse than ghosting. And so for me, at least, like, it probably feels better for the girl. But that sucks real bad to have to like let a girl down. It's not breaking up. It's just like cutting it loose. And so that's why I was like, hey, I don't want to do that anymore. How do I fix this? And that's when the girls were like, hey, you should probably just talk to girls that you aren't going to lead on. And I was like, yeah, that's fair enough. So that's my New Year's resolution, 2021.
Your New Year's resolution is not to waste girls' time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It took I've been dating for 26 years, but it took 26 years, but I've learned my lesson.
Congratulations. You've reached the quarter life crisis where you're finally realizing, okay, time to mature in dating.
Yeah. It took way too long, but I'm here.
Wait, really quick. I have to say something because I know this is going to trigger Tay. Tiff, what is your go-to Bumble opener?
There's a door. I can leave real quick. It's right there. For those listening, the door is right there.
No, what is one that you use? What's one that you use when you're really lazy that we both use?
I don't go on Bumble anymore. I deleted everything. So
okay, but what did you use?
Bullshit.
So I used to just use the wave emoji because I was super lazy. No, but I've gotten better. I've honestly gotten better. I now like actually make the first move. Well, when I didn't have the app anyways, I started to like actually make the first move, like hit on these guys, and still get no response anyways. So it's like whatever. I mean, what's the point either way?
I can't speak to the no responses if you try, but I do not care how hot you are. I will not reply, or I will be rude if you give me a wave or a hey or a how are you, or I don't care if you are the hottest girl to ever grace my presence. We ain't happening, sis, because you like in my head I'm like, wow, that's the driest personality I've ever seen. And you don't need to be forward. You don't need to hit on me. You don't need to like do some corny ass pickup line. Actually, corny pickup lines are like it's just like like I don't put effort into that. But like, look at something on my page and just say a sentence about my life, and you're gonna get a reply. Actually, I got one just as we're talking.
Okay.
Hey Tay.
That's it?
No.
That's it. Yeah.
No, Ariel.
So that makes me feel like awful though, because I used to do the same thing as you. Like if a guy messaged me and he just sent me a wave, or he's just like, hey, what's up? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna text you. I don't want to. But then I'm over here doing the same thing.
Thank you. So for men around the world, I am standing in support of you fellas. We need the same respect that we give women in dating apps.
Hey, I am all for women making the first move, but sometimes guys make it really hard.
Yes.
Even on Bumble, when we do make the first move, like it's like we get nothing in response. Or Or the worst is when I get...
I'm going to get mad.
The worst is when I get guys who are like, oh, like, you're so sexy, blah, blah, blah. Let's meet up. Come over. I don't know you. I'm in a panoramic. I do not want to go over to your house. I don't know you. Like, what?
Yeah.
Not even an hour of talking to me and you're like, yeah, come over. Like, no.
I had to check my male privilege last night. No, it wasn't last night. It was like a few nights ago. But I was Snapchatting this girl that I'd met on one of the apps. And I was like, yo, I was like, just bought a bottle of wine. You should come have it with me. Kind of, it wasn't that exact line. That sounded terrible. But it was like, come have wine at my place. And she was like, she said something that was like, I don't know about having wine with a strange, like a random or something. And I was like, oh, yeah, I am a random. Like in my head, I'm like a nice guy with a 1-bedroom apartment. Like, why not come have wine? Like, it didn't even cross my mind.
Well,
and like, no, 100%. And when she was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, oh yeah, like I could be a murderer. That was like, fair enough. So I replied, I was like, that's actually a really good point. I can credit to you. But like as a male, we don't think about that. So like, it was my male privilege talking. And I said to her, I was like, fair enough. Let's grab a drink at a restaurant or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like I give credit where credit's due. But I get what you're saying because I didn't even think about it. Like I fully invited her over to my place because I was like, there's a pandemic. I don't really want to go to like bars and stuff. I have a nice little apartment. Like why not come have a wine? Duh. She doesn't know me. Like fair enough. I wasn't arguing. I'm like looking through my Bumble messages now and it's really bad.
You trying to change your location to Illinois so we can all match with you?
Yeah, and try something better.
If you come to Illinois.
Yeah, if you come to Illinois, we'll both just match with you.
And try a better pickup line. Like every one I click is worse than the next.
Oh my god, you're just like, I'm over this.
Oh, you know how I was just talking about the bar that I worked at,
and
how it was like clout to work there.
Oh yeah.
This girl's opening line to me was, does this mean you can get me free bottomless at the bar? I won't say the bar's name, at the bar I worked at. Because like I've had pictures of me bartending. And I mean, that worked. I see, my response was, haha, I haven't had that opener before. And she goes, so what are my chances? Like, and then
she just wants the drink, man. She just wants the bottle. I respect
Yeah.
Her.
I never met up with her or anything. That didn't go anywhere.
Women are simple. We don't ask for much.
We just want bottomless mimosas.
100%. That's
all we want. We want bottomless mimosas. That's it.
How do you be happy 101?
Yeah.
There was one girl, you know how you've got 24 hours to send the message?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one girl that I knew that she was like up in my thing for like the whole thing. It was like 30 minutes left before I'd lose it. And she goes, hi. And then I replied, I said, in the nick of time. And she goes, haha, you caught me. I didn't reply. I was like, hi? No, absolutely not.
Oh God. Okay, so I just downloaded Bumble.
I'm not doing this, but enjoy.
He said, let's play.
He said, let's play. Great. I literally deleted my app, so I'm not bringing them back.
Oh, congratulations, honey.
Okay.
The goal.
Okay. Oh, let's create some value though, because we do have 3 single people. From a girl's perspective, for all the fellas listening. Oh, okay, we'll get into that. Quotation mark. I saw Tiff.
No, we won't.
So
you got a match. Congrats.
Is it me?
It's Tiffany.
So from a girl's point of view, on a dating app, give me, because this could go on forever, but give me what you guys are, what stands out, like what should guys be doing on a dating app?
What do you mean, what should, like standing out?
What do we post? What do we not post? What do we say? No fish pics.
Stop with the fish pics.
Stop with the fish
pics. One fish picture. It's an automatic left.
Okay, so firstly, I don't have any fish pictures, but this has been an ongoing thing for a long time. Are you guys saying this to be trendy?
The fish pics?
Yeah, I feel like you're just saying this because that's what everyone says.
No, like it's genuinely annoying.
It's so cringe. It's like, what?
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if we look good, what does the fish have to do with anything?
Like, cool, we get it, bro. You caught a fish. Like, name another personality trait that isn't.
I go fishing too. I don't post fish pics.
Okay.
I can easily go fishing too.
I hear you, but what if I'm standing at the bar with a drink in my hand? You could go buy a drink too. What does that make me any different? Oh, did I stump the ladies?
No, you didn't. No.
Boys that fish and think that it's so cool that I just don't trust. Like, I don't trust Capricorns and I don't trust Polish guys. So it's just like, I don't trust guys that post fish pics.
Again, I will make it clear, I don't have any fish pics in my dating profile. I don't even know if I don't know if I've taken any fish pics, but I like hunting and fishing. So like, I've always never really understood, because I was like, it shows that you're an outdoorsman. You like the great outdoors. You get out and you're a good time, I guess. You like drinking and fishing, and I don't know. It seemed like a good vibe. And then it just became this like social media phenomenon to not post a picture with a fish. And I was like, wait, why? Like, it's just a fish, right? But I guess it's a thing. But yeah, I guess cool, you can catch a fish. Cool, I can buy a drink. Cool, I can stand next to a funny sign. I don't know what people post.
No, I feel like it's just so overdone to the point where it's just like we want originality at this point.
Okay, that's fair. What?
That's for anybody though.
Yeah.
Like so no fish pics. What is a yes then? If it's a no, give me a no or positive. What do you like seeing?
Let's see.
I mean, you're the. No one ever asked me what do I like about men. That's a weird, like, I could go on and on, like, what do I hate about men, but what do I like about them?
You know what really gets me when I'm swiping through is if I can see if a man is, you know, if he's in a suit and he looks like he has his life together, I am like, yes. That is a good one.
Okay, that's a great answer.
Yeah, wedding, like him at a wedding, or him in a suit. Oh yeah.
I deleted my. I was in a wedding.
Keep the wedding photos on there if you want any success, Tay. I'm serious.
So you know how I got a match like a minute ago? Do you want to see her? Do you want to see her text?
Hey, smiley face.
Yikes.
Oh, I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case.
It doesn't matter if she's hot. Does she have a personality?
Yeah, I mean, she's cute, but I've dated plenty of cute girls. Like, cute is everywhere. Personality is rare.
Like, listen, are you fun or not?
Do you want me to say that? I'll say that. What do you want me to say? Line for line, I'll say exactly whatever you want me to say.
I don't know.
Should I say, listen, are you listen, comma, are you fun or not?
You're cute and all, but do you have a personality?
Do you want me to say that? Yeah?
Tiffany?
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Listen, you're cute and all, but do you have a personality? That's the real question.
Oh wait, what does her profile say though?
Let me bring that up.
Hell.
She's 25. It says, I love food, cooking, Netflix, reading, country music, and tattoos. My career is everything and will always come first. Currently seeking the help of a police officer. Who the fuck am I liking?
Why the fuck did you swipe on her?
No, she doesn't have a personality.
Yeah, unmatched. What are you doing?
No.
Well, it keeps going. I'm a real nerd about Stephen King books. Nope. I quote too much from Step Brothers. That's an okay one. I get excited over puppies. Every human does. Chill out. But she's good looking. That's why I did swipe right. She looks good. Also, what cracks me up about dating apps is when it says new here, like you just downloaded it. Like, oh, what happened with the last relationship? What brings you here?
Oh my God.
So I've got listen, comment, you're cute and all, ... but do you have a personality? Good?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good.
I hope she responds.
Sent.
Oh,
if you say, hey, I don't care anymore, because the answer to the question is no, she doesn't. She said, hey.
Are men okay? Are men okay?
Not okay. No.
Hold on, just so we're clear, I'm the issue in this situation.
No, I'm just, this is, no.
You said men okay. Because she said, hey, I'm supposed to be now infatuated with her. Just so we're clarifying.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
You're fine.
Bullshit. You guys are full of shit.
Tay is all.
No, I agree with you. You are in the right. If someone, I'm the same way. If a guy texts me, he's just like, hey, I'm like, okay. If I even acknowledge the hey and try to start a conversation and they're still dry, then what's the point? Oh my God, why did you even text me? If you're gonna waste my time, I could have just ignored you when you said hey. But no, I was like, okay, let's see if you actually have a personality. And they don't.
Okay, that's fair. I might be cutting them off too quickly. Like maybe they do. She's replied for if you guys are interested. There's a chance that chill out, Tiff. There's a chance they could have a personality hiding behind it. So I said, for the listeners that might have tuned out and come back in, I said, listen, you're cute and all, but do you have a personality? And she responds, I think so. I spend most of my time locked inside my apartment watching Netflix, so I learn a lot. Haha. Yeah, I want everyone to just delve in the awkward silence that was given after that.
We are in the middle of a panini, so everyone's locked inside of their apartment. What?
Yeah,
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, guys. I'm sorry.
This is why I hate dating apps. This is why
I hate dating apps. Yeah, I hate dating apps.
No, look, this is Bumble. I don't like Bumble. Shout out to Hinge though. I've met some cool girls on Hinge.
He loves Hinge, and I even told him about Tiff, my ex, the Polish dude who I met on Hinge, and he still loves Hinge.
It's just because I feel like a sponsorship deal is coming my way. Like I feel good about this.
Yeah, no, the sponsorship deal is coming over here. Don't worry.
Sponsorship deal. Can you ask them to unban me, please?
Oh, yeah. No, I got you. I'm gonna be like, hey, I need Tiff unbanned and put her in my area code. That's all I want, and then we've got a deal.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Someone's buzzing. I'll be right back.
Amazing. Oh my God.
Oh, this could be fun.
This is fun. I told you she's a fucking delight.
Oh goodness, I just opened Hinge and I have 8 unread likes, like people that have liked me.
Oh my goodness.
So we could go through that next.
We could, but we should probably wrap it up. We should probably wrap it up, but we would love to hear about Hinge off camera for sure.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. There's plenty of shit going on there.
Yeah,
I was actually wondering.
When he comes back, I'm gonna do my outro and then, what do you call it? And then we can continue fucking roasting you.
I don't feel roasted yet. You guys.
Oh, you don't feel roasted? Okay, you know what? I don't feel like we are roasting you just because.
I forgot. I ordered food.
Oh, nice.
How do you forget that?
I don't know. I'm so flustered. Okay.
Ritter, can I put the dog
away?
Wait, no, I like your dog.
Okay. I'm almost done. I'm hungry now.
No, he almost ran outside, so I had to go run after him. I'm tired.
Davida, that's crazy timing. Do you see how long's left on the meeting?
What's up?
Do you see how long's left on the meeting?
Yeah.
Timing.
I know. Thank you.
9 minutes?
I have fries.
Nice.
He hates me.
And I'm over here drinking beer.
All right, so what are we talking about?
Okay. But we're gonna wrap it up here. Tay, how do you feel? do you have you learned something from us? I feel like there's a lot to learn from Tiff and I.
Oh yeah, I mean it's always fun shooting the shit.
I don't know. He didn't really have enough time with me, so.
Yeah, I feel like he needs to be on Messy Talks for you guys to really
sign me up. I'm in.
Oh, yeah,
I think he's ready.
I'll put you in my calendar.
Say the word. I've got all the podcasts and Gary.
Literally, he loves being on podcasts. He was like, I'm so down to do a project, and I was like, oh my God, okay.
Well, me and Sabrina are recording tomorrow, so.
If it's this time, say the word. I'm in.
Amazing. Well, we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. There's a lot to do in this outro here, but be sure to give, first of all, Tay, thank you so much for joining us. It's been awesome that you've been here. It's been awesome talking to you. Welcome to the fucking Quarter Life crew, dude. It's a messy shit show of a crew.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course. Don't forget to follow him on his social media platforms and go check out his podcast on, is it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that fun stuff? Buzzsprout.
Yep, all of the above.
Yep, the Bottle Opener podcast. It is wonderful. And obviously he's great at what he does as well. And obviously, since she's here, go ahead and follow Messy Talks as well as if you haven't yet. Tiff and Sabrina will be recording their episodes very soon, and they will be released in February. And then obviously there's this little show called the Quarter Life Happy Hour that you guys are listening to. Be sure to stay tuned every Wednesday and follow us as well. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Happy Wednesday. And, I will see you next time. Happy drinking. Bye, guys.